let's get into the pit. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Into the Pit Barbecue. I'm your host and pitmaster, Ryan Lilly, and today I'm going to show you how to make a rotisserie, something a little different, rotisserie pork loin sandwich. We're going to do a little barbecue flavors on that. We're going to make some creamy slaw. Yeah, some flavor bomb that's going to go in that slaw that is going to be absolutely incredible. So first off, we got to make the slaw. Alright, so we're going to be making a creamy slaw, and of course, come on, you know the shortcut, coleslaw mix in a bag. I mean, if you want, you can obviously shred up half a head or a head of cabbage yourself and some carrots, but you know what, this slaw takes a few seconds to put together. So then, we also have canned pineapple tidbits. Yeah, I put pineapple in my coleslaw, at least in the creamy version. Now this is my grandma's recipe. I had a couple little tweaks, but seriously, if you've never tried coleslaw with pineapple in it, try it. It's absolutely incredible. Most people, when they make coleslaw dressings, they add something sweet to the dressing, like sugar. But we're gonna get that sweetness from the pineapple. Now make sure you also drain the can of pineapple first. If you want to use it for something else, cocktails, marinades, whatever. Me, I just poured it in a glass and drink it. You got the pineapple. We got my grandma's coleslaw dressing, which is simply mayonnaise, white vinegar, and milk. She doesn't measure anything. She does it by feel, so I had her make the dressing real quick. We'll pour that in there. And then we're going to add a few little seasonings. But first off, let's get a spoon and stir this up. And that's it. That's basically it. Apart from the seasonings, that's it for the coleslaw. Few simple ingredients. 3 ingredients in the dressing, 2 ingredients in the slaw. You know, it comes together within, a couple of minutes. But we're making this today. Tomorrow we're going to be making the pork loin on the rotisserie. Now, I got a rotisserie kit from my grill recently. And if you follow my Instagram, instagram.com/RyanLilly84, you'll see the pictures of it. I did a whole chicken with some potatoes in a cast iron skillet. It was phenomenal. Some of the best chicken I've ever had. But because it was my first time using a rotisserie, I didn't want to make a video just yet. But now that I know how to use one of those, I'm doing this pork loin. So the pork loin, we're going to slather it with mustard, sprinkle it with my homemade barbecue rub, glaze it with a Carolina style sweet mustard sauce. I'm going to slice it really thin for sandwiches, pile the coleslaw on top. It's going to be fantastic. So to season the coleslaw, we're going to do the smoked salt stuff. But we're making the slaw today and the pork tomorrow, as I want this slaw to sit in the fridge overnight and really let that cabbage start to get a little soft and let these flavors kind of meld together. You got some fresh cracked pepper going in there. And of course, if you've seen my other videos, I gotta have celery seed. And if you haven't seen my other videos, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button. Give the video a thumbs up. Hit the bell icon. Get notified anytime I make a new video. I usually try to make about 2 videos a week, depending on what's going on in my life at the time. But alright, that's it. Let's give this slaw a taste. It's a pretty simple slaw, but man, that pineapple really gives a great flavor to this slaw. Perfect. Creamy, crunchy, sweet, tangy, a little salty. You know what? I think it needs a little more celery seed. And I think that should be good. Alright, tomorrow I'll show you how to get the grill set up for the rotisserie kit. And I'll show you what I'm going to tie up the pork loin. We'll get it seasoned up. Show you how to get it on the spit. And yeah, show you how to do that. And it should be pretty good. And yeah, so this is real cooking, folks. I'm not like Food Network or whatever. I don't have like the, you know, I can't make a second. Oh, here's a second batch I made yesterday. Like, I gotta let this really sit overnight for 24 hours. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, and I'll show you how to do that pork loin. Alright, so to prep our pork loin, first off, we're going to score this fat cap. That way, the rub will be able to get through the fat cap down into the meat. I'll let some of that fat render off. I'm not going too deep, just want to get through that layer of fat. So we're going to kind of do a diamond pattern. So about an inch apart from each other. Alright, that's perfect. Alright, now what I want to do is tie off this pork loin with butcher's twine so it will hold its shape, hold a nice round shape rather than kind of, you know, oblong as it is right now. So we got some butcher's twine here. And we'll take off maybe that would probably do about 3 pieces. Should work pretty good. Make sure it's long enough to wrap around it. Tie it off, then we're going to slather with some yellow mustard and then get our barbecue rub on, and I'll show you how to set up the grill, or at least my grill, for rotisserie. And then we'll get this thing on the spit and get it ready to get the grill fired up and get it cooking. And this will take about 45 minutes to an hour to cook. I know this is way more string than what I actually need, but you know what? Just be on the safe side. So, and then after probably about last 10 minutes of cooking, I'm going to glaze it with a Carolina style sweet mustard barbecue sauce. Pretty close. These pieces of butcher twine pretty close together. That should be good. Hey, Grandma, you want to come here? Come here for a second. Hold your finger there. Thanks. Oh, okay. Third piece should probably be in there. Cool. All right. Got our pork. Tie it off. Cut off the excess string. Alright. Now, we got some yellow mustard. Pretty basic stuff. So I like to use as a binder with pork. Just a little bit. Gonna rub that all in. It's gonna help our rub stick to the meat. Make sure you get all sides, because we're gonna be putting rub on all sides of this. It's not going to flavor the meat really. It's just going to act as a way for the rub to stick. And make sure you get these ends too. Good amount of that homemade barbecue rub. Got brown sugar, mustard powder, chili powder, salt, and there's a few other spices in there. Smoked paprika. It's a nice, sweet, smoky barbecue rub. Same thing, get those ends. Get all sides. I'm not really going to get a bark on this like if I was smoking this. But it's going to, you want to season all sides. Alright. Now, I'm going to get my hands washed up. And the next thing, I'll show you how to set up, well, at least how I set up my grill for the rotisserie. Alright, now the fun part begins. Now we're going to, oh, that's not too bad. Make sure going right down the middle, close enough to it. Oh, I'd say that works. Alright, so we got pork on the spit. Let me wash my hand. Should probably wear some gloves when I do this. Now we'll stick our forks on to secure it into place. And of course, if I have to, I can adjust this stuff. Alright, now we gotta This can be a pain in the butt to try. Don't forget our other fork. Nice and tight. And it should hold that pork right in place. You might have to adjust where it is, but that's alright once we get it on the grill. This is a lot easier than it did last time. Actually, this is way easier to put on chicken. Okay. Alright. Gonna get the grill fired up. And once I do, we'll get this hooked up and show you how we cook it. Alright, so our pork is on the spit and on the grill. And go ahead and turn that on. It's over the drip pan where it needs to be. Close up shop. I'm going to have this run on high about 400 degrees for about 45 minutes to an hour. And then about the last 10 minutes, I'm going to baste it with that Carolina style sweet mustard sauce. Take it off at about 145 internal temp. And it should be perfect. And then we'll let it rest for about 10 minutes or so. Slice it up and be ready for sandwiches. Alright, so our pork loin has been cooking for about 40 minutes now. About 35 to 40 minutes. I just checked the internal temp is 135. Give it about another 10 minutes, but check that out, guys. Look at the color on that. Fat cap's getting nice and crispy. Time to glaze it up with our sweet mustard barbecue sauce. Look at that fat cap, guys. Look at that. You ever seen pork that looked like that? I haven't. That fat cap is nice and crispy. Give the pork a good glaze. Got to make sure get the ends there too. Oh man, this looks and smells incredible. Give that about another 10 minutes. It should be perfect. Alright, our pork loin has been on for about 50 minutes now. Needed about another 10 minutes, and it was like 20 after. So now we're going to check it. Check the internal temp again. Try to get about 140, 145. Look at that. Perfectly glazed up. Nice and... oh, that looks amazing. Alright, shut that off. Let's get a temp there. Oh yeah, we're good. When it hits that quick, we're good. Alright, so time to take this off. Always make sure you got gloves, because this spit is going to be very, very hot. So I'm going to take this off and put it on this whole spit on this cookie sheet, and we're going to let it rest for about 10 to 20 minutes. And then look at that. Look at that fat cap, nice and crispy. That's absolutely beautiful. Okay, that part's coming off, so I'm going to take that off. No, I'm not. Just a little bit. Alright, we're going to take this whole thing in. And we'll let it rest. Alright guys, check that out. Look at that pork roast. Amazing. Oh my god. Alright, so first off, before we do anything, gotta cut this string off. Pull that off of there. Unless you want to floss your teeth while you're eating, I wouldn't leave it on there. And there should be one more. There it is. Alright. Get that off of there. Oh, that fat cap got nice and crispy. It should be perfectly to temp. Alright, let's start slicing.
Low power. Low power.
Cut it nice and thin. Alright, you know what? Let's give it a little taste. Mmm. Oh man. That's awesome. Alright, that one's a little thicker than I wanted, but try to shave it a little thin. We're making sandwiches. Mmm. Oh man, that's beautiful. Nice and tender. Great flavor. Try another little piece. Mmm. Well, you know what? If you want, you can put some of that sauce on there too, some of that barbecue sauce. I think we got enough here for some couple sandwiches. So, I'm gonna cut this up. And, oh man, that fat cap on top is nice and crispy. Like crispy, caramelized fat. That is absolutely amazing. Mmm. Alright, I'll show you how to make sandwiches with this. And then we'll give the sandwich a taste because we're going to top this pork with coleslaw. Seriously, that caramelized fat is ridiculous. Oh, right there. Nice piece of crispy pork fat. Oh, man. That's so good. Alright. I'm going to make us some sandwiches. So we got our coleslaw I made yesterday. Had the pineapple tidbits. Had the celery seed in there. I ate a little bit of that earlier today as a little snack. And it was phenomenal. But to make our sandwiches, take a regular store-bought hamburger bun. Nothing too fancy. We ain't going brioche here or nothing. Take some of that nice pork. Make sure you get some pieces with that amazing pork skin. Pile it as high as you want. I'm going a little high. You know what? I'm going to put a little bit of this barbecue sauce on here too. Make a little bit of that barbecue, that sweet mustard barbecue sauce. And then, nice pile of coleslaw right on top of the pork. Try not to get it all over the place like I just did. But hey, you know what? This is real cooking, folks. I'm human and I make mistakes. And there is a pork loin sandwich, rotisserie pork loin. Now, let's give this beast a taste. And all my coleslaw's falling out too. That is killer pork sandwich. That's amazing. Coleslaw, nice and bright, cuts through the richness of that pork. Oh man, that pork is so tender. Absolutely delicious. This is a killer idea. That rub, nice, sweet, little spicy, smoky. And the glaze on there, nice and sweet, tangy. The coleslaw's got a nice little tanginess to it. You get that juicy pineapple bite. This is awesome. This is awesome. So, if you guys like what I'm doing, hit the video with a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell icon. Get notified every time I come out with a new video. Stay well out there. Stay safe. Be good to each other. And I'll see you guys next time.